Hello, hello, hello. I am Lynn Browder, and I paint a lot of flowers. That's should be my catchphrase or something. I had fuzz on here as soon as I started, but I paint the backgrounds with my son Owen, who is 11 and has autism. So if you haven't watched one of my videos before, I do a hand-over-hand method with him, and he helps me paint the backgrounds, working on his fine motor skills, and then I paint the rest. I do a lot of flower paintings. That's kind of where I'm at right now. But I do some animals occasionally and other random things. I don't know. It just depends on the mood. Sometimes the flowers make a little more sense than other times. And sometimes nothing makes any sense. But that's okay. That's how life goes. The painting I did last night was kind of, it was quite funny to me, and I just kept laughing about it. But I like camo, and I like deer, and I like flowers, and there you go. So you can watch yesterday's video if you want to laugh, because that's pretty much what I did. I laughed. That's what you gotta do sometimes. So I'm really not sure where this will lead tonight, but a lot of times I start off painting quote-unquote realistic looking flowers, or for myself they're the more realistic looking, and then they end up not being realistic looking. They look more abstract or just bunched together or something. But I can tell you, I just have fun from it. I just enjoy painting, and I started this process to help my son, and I can tell you that it has helped me more than I could even imagine. I never imagined how much painting would mean to me. And you see, if you go outside the lines, you just make it up as you go along. Doesn't really matter. It's okay. And I think, I never really painted before I started painting with him. And part of the reason was, I was so afraid of not painting correctly, not painting perfect. And that's the thing, is I'm not gonna ever paint quote unquote perfect, because that's not how I deal with this. This is not what I'm able to do. It's not what I want to do. It's not how I'm focused. Whatever the right term is, I'm just doing this because I love it. So find something you love, find something you want to do, and go for it. It's truly about just enjoying what you're doing, and taking that moment in time and just kind of dealing with it, expressing yourself, expressing your emotions, expressing your day. For me, this is so incredible, because I get to do this with Owen. I get to make these paintings with him. And so that's the important thing to me. That's what really means the most to me. And then I sit here and I reflect on our day. I reflect on what my son means to me, and what got us through our days, some days, and what pushed us through the laughter, the tears, the happiness, the moments in time, whatever it was. His little laugh Oh my word, it is just the biggest joy of my life. His laugh just gets me out of some of the most cranky moods. Anybody else cranky some nights? Just me. I understand. I got the cranky cranks. But his little laugh just brings such a joy to my heart. And so, knowing that I'm painting with him and I'm doing these things with my son, it just really truly brings so much joy to me. And that's what you have to remember. That's what you have to think about and process, and just love. Just love and be happy. And be exhausted. That's what I am. On, let's see, Thursday night and Friday night, all my days are blending together. Owen didn't sleep at all because Friday night we were seeing our friend, and he was very excited about that, so there was no sleep. And then generally Friday nights he doesn't sleep very much because he knows he's going to go spend time with his grandma on Saturday. So that was 2 nights. And then he usually sleeps pretty good on Saturday nights because he's exhausted from Friday night. And then we go to church on Sundays, so that's pretty consistent in everything. So he sleeps pretty good on Saturday nights. Well, last night he slept good, but I didn't. And so I was up, I don't know how many times. And I sound maybe a little bit tired. I was a little bit tired last night. Now here I am again. You'll notice as we go through that I don't change generally when I'm painting flowers and several other things. I don't change my paintbrush, and even though this is acrylic, I don't really ever wet my paintbrush except for to wash them. But during the process, I'm self-taught. I could probably stand to watch a few videos on how to paint, or what to paint, or where to paint, but I just do what I do, and I don't know any different. So that's where all of this extra paint and color and everything come in. I just let it go, whatever it wants to be, wherever it wants to go, and that's how this gets like this. And you see, a lot of times I paint over itself. Like, I'll paint something and then I paint and I paint and I paint. And that's why I said sometimes they look a little more realistic than others. Other times I paint, and that's okay. Because it's, nature. Nature comes in waves and shows you and does different things. And we almost witnessed my other fun fact feature that happens a lot is I put too much paint on my paintbrush always. And so what happens with that is I end up dropping a lot of it, and you'll notice in a lot of my paintings there's splatter. I take and I'll paint, and then I dribble basically more paint on the canvas. Well, that's because I drop a lot of paint on my canvas, and it's just part of the process. But I figure if it drops on there, there's a reason, and we just adapt and change it up a little bit and keep going. So, that old phrase that we either like or don't like, it is what it is. That's my usual you know, usual statement. It is what it is. And so we just go with the flow. I need a little bit more. I had this brighter orangey color, and I've been trying some different paints, and so this one's a little thicker than some of them, but I like the color of it. It's a little brighter orange. I use this one a lot too. I like this brand and I like this color. And so when I'm doing certain things, I like the brightness. And then in this sunflower-y look one, this is a neon color. I don't see my yellow one. I moved it. This is a green one that's a neon, and I like using the neons because when they dry, they show a little more, oh, there's my yellow. They show, like, in the light, different vibrant colors and different movements that just kind of add a little texture to the finish. And if you've watched some of my other videos, I can't even talk. You will know that I say I love to watch paint dry. And I really do. I love watching paint dry because you kind of get to see, like, what shadows and what changes and how everything goes along. And I don't know why that interests me so much or makes me so very happy, but it really does. It makes me very happy. And you can see how my colors are just continuing to add in there because I just keep mixing. And that's okay again. That's kind of what happens. We just mix and mix and mix and mix. Mix a lot. Mix a moo. Yeah, I want some. I had a purple over there, but I didn't have much more purple. I put purple and brown together. I don't really do that very often, but I don't know if you can see it very well, but that's purple and brown. I'll show you my platter in a moment. My fancy. That's what I put my paints on. It's a plate. Well, actually, I have parchment paper on top of it to make my paint blobs, and I'll show you those. I think I'm about done. I'm trying to decide if I want another little one. Kind of like it just a hem and a haw. A hem and a haw. Oh, I think I might want another little color of this one. This is the I didn't use very much of that, and I think I just want a little one right kind of here, just to add a little bit. It's almost like you have to talk lower volume when you do something and you just want a little bit. You just want a little bit. Just a little. And then sometimes I'll put like extra leaves. That word is I have to like repeat that word 1,000 times because it's kind of a funny word to me. Leaves. I always want to like say leaves. And sometimes it gets too chaotic. And so I don't want to make too much leaves down there. Just needed a little green texture there. And I might just do see this, I'm getting into that category where I'm going to put too much. So I need to back off. Just kind of like right here, I put a little bit. put a little bit much, and then I'm going to get myself in trouble because I'm going to put something I'm happy the way it is, and this is what I keep doing. I keep playing. But I'm just going to put a little tiny bit. See, I'm telling you, I get myself... I see little spots, and it's not any big deal, you know, because like I said, you just keep adding stuff, but I don't ever know how to stop. So I'm stopping. I put O for Owen, and then I put L and B. And Owen's the whole foundation of why I decided to paint, so that's why he's on there. Now see this one right here, I just need to, what's happening is, because of the way I paint, there's so much in this little section right here where it, really, really thick. And there's nothing technically wrong with that, except for it might kind of bubble a little bit when it starts drying, which again, and it could crack because of the extra thickness of the paint. And, you know, that it happens. But if I can notice it and kind of flatten it out a little bit, that'll help it to adjust to that. Up here is a little bit too, but this is that thicker paint I was talking about, so it'll be okay. And I had more of the creamy color, which was what was up in here, but it got hidden. But these are the little paint blobs. These are magnets. One of the first couple I made, and so there's a lot of extra glue on them. But what I do when I'm done with my painting is, this is the paint that I used for the picture, the painting. And so I just smooth this out a little bit so that I can make the paint blobs. And so this takes a couple days to just kind of settle and dry. And then I take them and cut out the paint for the little doodads. And I have some bracelets and rings and all kinds of things. But that's what I do, and fill in the little holes here. Swirls, because it really doesn't matter, because it's all gonna go into whatever it makes. So there is my painting, and I've got to sneeze. So thank you so very much for watching, and I appreciate all of your support for our art. So toodles, have a great rest of your day.